Good morning. Let's get our area cleaned up a little bit. Oh, our very first poke of sun. We have been poked. All right. I don't know if this tripod is going to work. My other tripod, my nice fancy tripod, is currently being used for photogrammetry, which very important. But that means I'm using 2 selfie sticks and a piece of silicone, and it's a little wobbly, so every time I touch the desk, the camera goes blah, blah, blah. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it for today. Oh, I made some good progress yesterday, but today, let's see. I like this area as like a ground. I wonder, if I should expand the ground. See, I do want like all of that. Looking at paintings and touchy paintings. Had a rough night. Oof. Doggo. Yeah, Doggo had a mess in her bed. She shit the bed. At like 5 a.m. So I thought I would manage to get back to sleep after, but unfortunately for me, that did not happen. So there's a lot of this mauve color already, and I have some of this like super light green. I kind of want a squiggle, but squiggles are intimidating. Coming like out from here and going around to over here. Maybe it should go over the top of things, and so it should outline things first. That is a quandary. Big part of painting is just looking at the painting and going, oh no. Good morning. Okay. I know this is like a really stupid visual pun, but I'm so happy about this. Newsom recall petition reveals urban-rural split. And then I just have it coming out of like this ridiculous pose by his drag queen. And yeah, it just made me, I know not, my art is generally not like funny, but this just made me happy. So that's what happened. That's what happened. I don't really want to continue this color. So let's instead just blop some other colors. Do we want a gradient? Do we want a squiggle? Why don't we just be brave? Okay, here's the plan. Let's be brave. Let's do a giant squiggle. And then we will just figure out life post squiggle. Does that seem right? That seems like a pretty good plan, huh? Okay. Now I just have to figure out what color we want our giant squiggle to be. I have been doing them in kind of muted colors, but then yesterday I did like a giant teal one. But we have all of this drag queenness, so probably a muted color is better. Again, I apologize about the wobbly camera. It is currently out of my control. I did my best with skinny tripod, so let's just move on. Let's do a nice deep brown. I'm still trying to convince myself that earth tones are acceptable colors to use in a painting. One of my very sweet friends and Patreon people, Erin, she showed me this really awesome website yesterday, Fandom List of Aesthetics, and I got super obsessed with it. Just trying to figure out, like, where in this taxonomy of thingums do I fit? And I, of course, immediately was attracted to candy core, because I like all them candy colors. Is this the squiggle of our dreams? Yeah, I guess it is the squiggle of our dreams. Alright. Continue squigglification. And there are all kinds of good aesthetics in there. There was like vaporwave and dark academia, all those. Squiggle. And there was even like trash core. I don't know if you guys have heard of trash core. But I thought it was cool. But then I got like super uppity, as I do, because there was no like recycling core aesthetic, which I think is like a very distinct aesthetic. And I, of course, coming from contemporary art, I'm thinking of aesthetics, particularly of artists, even though, this fandom wiki is not necessarily about artists in particular. It's about fashion and online spaces and things like that. Cottagecore. But I thought recycling core was like, what is her name? Jean Shin. She's a Korean American artist who uses like reclaimed materials to make. I think her most famous sculpture is called Soundwave. It's made out of recycled vinyl records, all collected together into this big like wave of vinyl, all collected in this sculpture. And so a lot of her work uses reclaimed materials, and I've noticed that, there are other artists. There's a Ghanaian artist. What is his name? Man, I don't remember his name, but he's really famous for making. If you search Ghanaian artist bottle cap, you'll definitely find his work. And I think like if you put Jun Shin and his work like next to each other, I cannot believe my brain cannot remember his name right now. I was literally just reading it. If you put their work next to each other, you can see that not always, but often reclaimed materials artists have a kind of what did I call it? Like accumulation based Baroque maximalism, I guess is what I would call that. Baroque meaning a large amount of detail, a large amount of color and texture. Oh, I do not like that corner right there. I gotta fix that. There we go, that's better. So like color and detail, And, ooh, that's a good squiggo. Good job, Rain. You did a good squiggo. And, amassing. So, like, Jishen, this, like, you know, the vinyl records accumulating together into this, like, shape of a wave, or Scandinavian artists, like, collecting all these bottle caps and sort of transforming them through usually very labor-intensive processes into these sort of wall sculptures. So it's, yeah, that I think that's the aesthetic I would like to be grouped within. It's the accumulation and reclaimed materials based Baroque maximalists. Is that specific enough? Oh, that's a good squiggle. I like that. Okay, so I'll outline this and then we'll add a few squiggles next to it. But first, let's get all this brown off here. Try and get it into our little layered up painting. If you haven't seen this before, this is where I collect all my leftover paint. I don't want to throw any acrylic away, and I also don't want any acrylic going down the drain since it's toxic, so this is where I collect it. And then when it builds up into a big skin, I peel it off and put it in a portrait book. I showed it in the live stream yesterday. Okay, let's get a little water. Oh, man. You're welcome to ask any questions in the chat. I think I can see the chat. I'm not actually totally positive, but yeah. If you want, it is there for you. Okay. We got our brush all clean. Is it actually clean? No, I failed. Let's get a little bit more off on our backup bit. Crinkly paper noises. Do, 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 do. Okay. Let's see. We definitely let's make sure to wet our paints. Keep the acrylics wet. Let's see. How do we want to proceed from here, my loves? Okay, we want to use this brush. And I wonder if we can do, I haven't tried doing an outline with this. Oh, look how much, we got so much more sun. Good morning, sun. Nom, 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 nom. I haven't tried doing an outline with this brush yet, so let's just be adventurous and try it. Let's try our pants off around here. Try our pants off? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Oh. Here we go, trying our pants off. Camera, you're like a little bit in the way of my head, but you know what? We're just gonna have to go with it. If I bump the camera with my head, I apologize. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. I will try. So far I have only had 3 widths of line so far in this 16 panel painting. That's what I'm currently painting, is a 16 panel. I think it's 6 by 8 feet. So this is one of the 16 panels. That's what I'm currently working on. I keep going back and forth about whether it's one painting or it's 16 paintings. But for now, it's one painting. If in the future it has to get broken up, that is acceptable, maybe. Yeah. Oh, good morning, kitten. Do you want to come say hi? Oh, we got a kitten. Where is she? You gotta come say hi to friends. Come here. Oh, so terrible. Oh, we're being suffering. We're having kitten suffering. Oh. I'm sitting next to the door, and she is going to attempt to scratch on the door to let me know that she is ready to go outside for her good morning adventure. That's what she likes to do first thing in the morning, is go on a little walk in the yard. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. מודה אני לפניך, מלבך ים שג'דרת, בי נשמתי בחמלה רבה, אמונתך. מודה אני לפניך, מלבך ים שג'דרת, בי נשמתי בחמלה רבה, אמונתך. Okay. Yes. Painting is slow, and that is okay. Painting's also kinda awkward, especially when you is trying to live stream yourself painting. Oof, I just hit the camera with my head again. Hitting yourself in the head with your own live stream is a pretty good example of being a doof. Doof, 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 doof. Doop, boop, boop, boop. Meow. Joan, 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 Joan. Doop, doop, boop, 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 boop. I wonder what shells I color next. Excuse me, no getting the brown and the pink, please. All colors must be next to each other, but not get all mixed up. Alright, well, that area is a little wet. I might have painted over it too quickly, and we'll have to go over it later when it's drier. If you did not know, then now you have at least one example of doing paints to your own face. have like a clay mask on my face, and it's starting to get real tight. That's okay. Oh, I fudged that up completely. Oh well, we can go back later and fix it. Fudging it up completely. Look at that terrible fudge ups. That's terrible. Alright. Now I vote for some kind of green color. Something that's not in the same value range. Extremely bright green or something else. Decisions. Alright, let's go darker. Is that what you want? No, it's not what you want. Okay, jeez Louise. Brain. What's wrong, Lola? Alright, you didn't like that decision, so let's try a new decision. How about you want to do all three pinks? You could do darker pinks. Ugh. I really hope you can't hear the cat having a hairball situation in the background, because that's disgusting. You want lighter or darker? Oh my gosh, Brain, you're like really causing a situation. Why are you doing this to me, Brains? Lighter. Okay. Really? Oh my god, y'all. My brain is being super indecisive today. Oh, look how much sun we have. We started with like this tiny little sliver of sun over here. Now we have all of the sun. It's beautiful. Brain, just pick a fucking color and do it. You already picked one and then you backed out because you're being a wuss. Wuss. Hiya. Okay, we picked a purple. Let's try a purple. Do 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 do. All right. I don't know if it's the wrong decision. It's just the decision I'm currently making because I don't know what other one to make. It does feel like my art practice is often just like, well, that's what happened. Like, a painting is like a record of events as opposed to like a preconceived, planned out thing where every decision was like the correct one. It's just that every decision is the decision that got decisioned. I don't know if anybody else has that with their art. This is the decision that got decisioned this time. Okay, so I wanted to go behind her, but I need like a very fine detail brush for that, so for now, let's just kind of like bloop it vaguely around her. Blooping things vaguely around other things. Ooh, that was real snazzed. I did a real good job on that turn. Good job, brain. Good job, hand. Good job working together with eyeballs. Everybody's doing great success right now. I don't know if this happened for anyone else, but I had a very intense fear reaction after I got my first vaccine shot. So like I got a little bit sick and that was fine and that wasn't really the problem. I just had this very like a lot of feels around the world outside. I guess would be the way to put that. Because I have felt safe, I guess, in my little tucked away land of safe things. Oh, maybe you guys can hear the garbage trucks. Oh, the garbage trucks is here. I love garbage trucks. They're so cool. Such an amazing example of like an interface. The way the little bins are designed and the way that like people use the bins and the way the bins connect to the truck and the little arm that like picks the little bins up and chucks them in the truck. I love garbage trucks. Although it makes me want to like ask garbage truck people what like there must be little fiddly things about the truck that the drivers don't like that I don't see from the outside because I've never used one. Oh, I would love to know. What do you not like about the design of your garbage truck? What is a difficult? What is struggle of garbage truck? Garbage truck struggle. Do 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 do. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We got this. We got this. Everything is fine. I think after this one, I'm gonna try and mix in some super fine lines. My like finest brush and see what these two or three at this point, three weights of lines look like next to each other. Because right now I have this sort of like thick, darker brown line. And then these two thinner lines coming out of that. And I'm just curious what it would look like if like as I go out, the lines get thinner. Like does that give it, I don't know, more vibration or yeah, just what is the visual quality of that? So I'm going to experiment with that next after I finish this purple line. That is a very common procedural thing in my art. See, I wonder what happens when I... That looks pretty good. Wow, we have so much sun. Chunks. Sun chunks. Alright, let's wash this one. I need to do a little bit of work purple around right here. And then we shall have words in our brain. Then we shall have words in our brain. Excellent work. Good job, brain. You know how to do word. Except for that you don't. Alright. How are we getting the pigment out? Alright. I think our brush is pretty clean. Let's dry it off a little bit. Dry, dry, dry. Alright. Clean brush. Almost clean brush. Alright. So let's downsize to... Where is my next smaller brush size? Oh, it's literally right in front of me. Okay, so first let's just fix this purple area here. Because I want to make sure... I have like a tiny amount of globs right there, but you know what? We're just going to go with it. To make this line go behind that part of the foreground. Not sure how to even fix that. Maybe I just used too much paint. Alright, are you ready for my head to be entirely in your way? Well, great. My head has to be very close to the painting. Maybe if I move my head over here you can see. I don't know, because I cannot see the camera screen. This is just gonna have to be as good as it gets. Bloop, 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 bloop. Alright, yeah. So now the purple line goes behind heads. Let me see. Let's flipperate our painting around and see if we can deal. I don't know if you can see it, but this end of this noodle has like a few gloops that I don't like. Alright. Generally when glooping, or I guess deglooping, I like to hold the painting at like kind of a weird angle and try to like eat into the paint and then just like wipe it off on my arm. Again, don't wipe paint off on your skin. I'm just an idiot. Oh, or you could accidentally get it on the other part of the painting. That's fine, I'll paint over it. Bloop. Hello, I am a human, moving sticky pigment around to make overly precise lines. Come here, sticky pigment. Maybe if I add a little bit of water. Oof. Oh, I just banged the camera again. Jeez Wheeze. Alright, let's try again. Please remove your bloop from my presence. Oh, better. Okay, that's much smoother. Alright. Alright, I'm much happier about that now. I will probably go back over this again at some point with like to get a slightly more precise pink line, but it's too wet right now to really do that. Right now I'm just trying to take brown out of the situation. But the rest of it looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah, my only complaint about that new brush that we tried is that this pink line is just not as like crisply precise as some of my other lines. which is fine. I will just have to go back over it and realize that that's what happens when you use that brush. But I don't want to go back over it right now because it's wet. So instead, we shall choose a new color and do a thinner line with my not tiniest but pretty tiny brush. Okay. I want to increase the contrast or lower the contrast. Which of these two things do you want to do, brain? Probably increase. So let's get... Where did I put it? Why am I constantly losing stuff even though I have not moved more than like 3 centimeters this entire time? I lost a whole ass palette knife, y'all. A whole ass palette knife. Alright. We'll just use a different palette knife. Yesterday, I lost a brush just in the water. It's not even deep. The water cup is like this big. I lost a whole brush. Couldn't find it. It was sitting right in front of me for like 20 minutes. This is how my brain works. Okay. So I want to go slightly darker here. So we're going to go with this. Like dark gray purple. And I'm going to try and do a super thin, like very precise line. So, which requires slightly more slouching. Y'all, we gotta fix our live stream. Maybe I can move y'all back that way a little. Let's see what I can do with you. Alright, if you get seasick, just close your eyes for like 2 seconds. I'll tell you when I'm done wiggling. We're doing wiggling. Very important wiggling activities. Alright. Okay. And move you over here. Ugh. YouTube, why are you being weird and telling me to rotate my phone? It's not rotated. Oh my gosh, y'all. Why is live streaming so hard? Ooh, there we go. Ooh, oh yeah, let's do that. Oh. The instant I let go, the whole tripod falls over. Okay, excellent. Yeah. Will you do it? Please? Will you please do it? Y'all, I'm being punished by the live streaming gods. I want you to just hold that position. I want my good tripod. Oh, see, that would be perfect. Could you just do that? Could you just do it? Why are you not holding it up? Y'all, this is annoying. Everything is fine. I should have just left it where it was. Alright. Maybe I can just set it down. Beautiful. Isn't that just the best view you've ever seen on any live stream ever? There you go. Look at that. Okay, I'm done wiggling. Beautiful. Alright. And then I cover it with my arm, and it is very dark. Alright. Professional video streaming. Oh, if I cover it with my whole body, it's fine. Okay. Commence lines. Oh, that's not too bad. You get like a really close-up view. Alright. Except for the fact that it's completely out of focus. You know? We're just dealing. We're doing it live, y'all. We're doing it live. Alright. My little palette knife with my tiny amount of paint on it. I think my mouth might be much closer to the camera now, so I'm going to try not to like blow y'all's eardrums out of your heads. Blow your eardrums out your heads. Do, 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 do. Oh my god, in yesterday's live stream, I had like all the chatty informations later in the stream. And in today's live stream, I had all my chatty artist information immediately upon turning on the camera. I guess it just depends on the day. See, I don't know if you can tell because it's like slightly blurry because it's trying to focus on that fucking box behind me. But this brush is much easier to get like a very crisp, not just precise, but like crisp edges on the line. So I do like the width of this line, especially like in relationship to this new width, but it's a little frustrating that it's much harder to get a very precise edge. Fortunately, when you do this technique, I only have to really worry about fixing the edge between the pink and the purple, because this new edge will be covered over by this darker purple, and so we'll fix all the gross wobbliness issues of the bigger brush. Oh, literally just made a mistake. Good job, brain. I guess we're going over that sign. That's okay. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Do 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 do. Man, the other problem with that brush is that it's just not as the paint application is just not as opaque. Like, I know I complained about the Liquitex blues, like the opacity of their blues, but it's also down to just like what brush you're using, to how opaque you can get it on the first pass. Good morning, kitten. Oh, that is a tasty snack. I like that a lot. Hey, I would prefer if you didn't scratch on the door. Would that be okay with you? We'll see if she gives a shit about my preferences. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ow. Alright, we need to get, it's official, we need like a little counter in the top of the right hand corner of the screen. How many times will M hit their head on their own live stream while they're doing it? Yay! It's a game, everyone can play along. Cat Waffles, are you growling at kittens for no reason? Oh my god. She's turning into such a grumpy old lady dog. It's very important that I growl at the cat because the cat exists. No other reason, just it exists, so therefore it must have growls. It's funny, some of my really early work from like 2007, I guess. I was doing these massive crocheted pieces. Super, super labor intensive. Like all of these tiny component parts coming together to like build these bodies. And they took a really long time to make. And I feel like only during the pandemic was I finally able to like develop a relationship with painting. Which interestingly happened like when I didn't have access to performance or those kinds of things or installation and things that I've used, a lot in my work. I've done a lot of performance and installation and site specific kind of things. I didn't have access to that during the pandemic, so I've had to develop this relationship with painting, and I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I took the time to not just think of painting through the way other people relate to it, the way other artists use it, and instead like develop my own, oh my god, this sounds so fucking religious, develop my own personal relationship with painting. I think it's changed a lot of my views on the material, and I get to put in some of the things I care about, like accumulation and maximalism through, tiny labor intensive accumulation, that kind of thing. And also just reclaim materials and that thing, so yeah. Hasn't been, I wouldn't say the pandemic is good. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just trying to say I'm glad that I took the time that was available to me. Because I'm really proud of this work. I don't know if it'll ever go anywhere or if I'll ever get to show it or anything, but it feels like one of those pieces where a lot of the themes that I've worked with in other projects have sort of coalesced into something that really feels like of the moment. So like all these skills and ideas and like themes and stuff have all accumulated themselves, and that allowed me to respond to the moment at hand. That's the great thing about like staying curious and continuing to learn new things. You really get the opportunity to respond to new and changing moments. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. Why are we being philosophical? Alright. I'm just gonna wash my little brush. Little teensy brush. It's harder to show you guys washing stuff. There's more garbage trucks. You can probably hear them. They're very loud. Little baby brush. Little baby brush. Little baby brushes. Little baby brushes. Jitty boop. Boop boop. Boop 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 boop. That's looking soup snazzy. Soups dupes snaz. I think what I'm learning from this is like maybe fatter line widths, but with the little brush, because like it just has so much better precision. But you want to see from above? Hold on. I shall unsquiggle you and then resquiggle you. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. So this like super dark color was applied. Can I hold it? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so. Yeah. I think I'll keep going with the. Oof, maybe I can like rest my. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, but it still turns, which is stupid. Ugh. Everything is broken forever. Turn. There we go. This is what happens when you have your backup tripod. Alright, so I have this little blob of paint left, so let's put that away. Oh, somehow I ended up upside down. I don't know how that happened, so. Wow, 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 wow. That's okay. God, I love that so much. I think we need another super thin line, and then I can add sort of like a friend squiggle next to it, like on the edge. Yes. But I think that the line here needs to be also pretty dark. So let's see what we can. Ideas. I have a really dark green. Let's try that. I have this like aggressively dark green. It's not. Is this my darkest color currently mixed? It is. Damn. All right. Well, at least it'll be pretty dark. Doo-doo-doo. All right. All right. I will probably paint this one last line, and then it will be breakfast time. So let's do it. Oh my gosh, we have like so much sun. Every time we get more sun, I have to like rotate around to block the sun with my body. Alright, here we go. Hunch time. Alright, I'm gonna try and go under this sign. Ugh, but you already went over it. Alright, fine. Over we go. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. It's a difference in hue, but it's still pretty dark. Although, if you don't know, soft body acrylics dry lighter in color than they are when they're wet. So you have to make sure that you take that into account. They generally dry the same amount lighter, so if you just want to like completely ignore it and mix your colors to like their wet hue, that's, I mean, it works. You just have to be aware that like unless you're using straight black, your darks won't be as dark as you're expecting them to be. Just FYIs, if you was doing soft body acrylics. in my experience, heavy body acrylics, especially Liquitex heavy body, does not have as much of a color shift when it's drying. Do you like that, Brain? It's actually kind of hard to tell them apart at this stage. I may have made a flump. This may be a terrible idea. Oh no, what should I do? Right, I'm going to let my mistake dry. I'm going to pick a different color to continue with. That's just the darkest color I have, and I can't put the two darkest colors I have right next to each other because you really can't see the difference. They are very different colors, but one of them is an extremely green black, and one of them is a very purple black. Alright, well, I fucked that up. Alright, let's try again. Sometimes you just fuck shit up, y'all, and you gotta let it dry, make better choices. It's good to know, though. Like, it's good to know how close these two are in. Like how their darkness, their hue is not similar, but their lightness is interesting. Okay. Sometimes you fuck shit up and you just have to move on. It's fine. Let's get the cat hair out of our paint. Excellent work. Good job, cat. I want to know, like, how many, like, fancy painters of history have cat hair in their paintings. Alright, I'm going to try this cobalt color that I mixed. It's one of my favorites in the mix. I think it will work well in this case. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. Yes. All right. We have recovered from our temporary failure. Lola, I would really appreciate it if you didn't scratch on the door, baby girl. Yeah, I would appreciate it. Thank you. Lola. Lola. Can you not do that, please? Thank you. Lola. Well, everyone, welcome to Lola Has to Scratch on the Door because she is the boss of the world. Our cat's name is Lola. She is a butthole. Oh, yes, this is happy. This is happy times. Sometimes you think it's the right color and it's just not. And then you pick the right color and you're like, oh, yes, this one. This is the good feels in the belly. Oh, 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 oh. Fucking cat hair. It's a constant battle. Removing cat hair from your paintings. Yes. Get on there. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Boop, boop. This is a good example in this corner. Can you even see what I'm doing? In this corner right here, I know the camera is out of focus again. The outside of the purple line is like a little bit lumpy, like it's thicker here than it is there. And it's fine because when you come in with the next line, the part of the line that you're focusing on is the inside. So you like use the next line in the stack too. Why am I saying you? I use the next line in the stack to sort of smooth out the previous line. Oh, okay, so this is another area where I want this to be the foreground. This like corner of the drag queen's dress, I want that to be the foreground. So we have to make sure that we like carefully go around it. Ugh, tripod. Why are you failing me so thoroughly today? Ugh. Tripod. Please, for fudge's sake, just work. Alright, well, my tripod has completely given up on being a tripod, so I guess you get this view again. Sorry, y'all. Oh, Lord. Technology is sometimes just being a butthole. Yes? Oof, sorry, not the best view, but this is the best I can do right now. So here we're going, there's a, oh my god, the view is so bad. There's, right here, this is the edge of this drag queen's, like, skirt. So just going under that and then, like, coming back around over here. It's fun when I'm collaging the paintings, because, like, it's a lot of like collaging a thing with a foregrounds that I will then like paint around. I don't know, there's like a background foreground play there that's really fun. And I don't always know exactly like how the paint will interact with like said foreground object, but it's part of the fun of the project, playing with that. Lie, lie, die, die. Lie, die, die, da, da, die. Lie, die, die, da, da, die, die, die. Lie, die, da, die, 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 die. Die, da, 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 die, 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 die. Die, di, 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 die, die. Lie, di, 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 die. Shoo, 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 shoo. Doo-doo, boop, boop. Dee, boop, boop, boop. Dee, boop, 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 boop. Pew, pew, pew. Jump, 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 jump. If you don't know me, I am neurodivergent, and those are verbal stems. They help keep my mind and my body sort of in sync with each other. Do boop 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 boo do 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 boop do boop. I'm very happy about this squiggle, y'all. I'm very happy about this squiggle. This is not a bad view as long as you don't need, cameras to be in focus or to get any kind of overview of what I'm doing. It's not too bad. You can sort of see what I'm sort of doing. It's excellent. Boop. Okay, I think things with my brain. Let's move our little palette knife over here. Wow. So this is where I fucked up with the wrong color. You can see the line is... No, you cannot see that fucking shit at all. Nope. You can see nothing. Anyways, this is where I fucked up with the wrong color. This green is like way too dark. So I think it's dry now. So I am going to schloops over it. Fortunately, when I say, okay, so I know I've complained about opacity like a million times already, but when I say that Liquitex soft body blues are not as opaque as the whites, it's because, or not it's because, what I mean is on raw paper. So like, when I first laid this green down, that was green against raw paper, obviously. Well, it's actually green against like slightly glue-topped paper, because this paper has been glued together like several times. But the ink from the paper still shows through. But once I've put down like one layer of acrylic, then all of a sudden, all the other colors of acrylic are like very opaque. So over itself, like if you're painting over itself, I feel like the color opacity is great. But if you're painting over raw paper, it definitely widely varies by color and hue. Lola, good morning. How are you, sweetie? How are you, sweetie? Yeah, this is a very important activity. She's playing you music, y'all. She's playing you little kitten music. The music of the kitten who is mad because I didn't let her outside yet. Alright, let's fix up this little area here. All right. Oh, it only took me an hour to make one little squiggle. Let's see. Okay, momentary, maybe loud noises and squiggling. So hold on. Okay, let's move the tripod out the way. So, here's our progress. We have our drag queens. We have our excellent squiggle here. One of my favorite parts of this tiny little collage painting is that, let me block all the sun with my body. This is her name Amanda? Oh crap. What is our poet laureate's name? I can't remember now. This is a painting of her at the inauguration with her cool red hat and yellow coat. But this is like a photograph of a street mural that I then was printed into the newspaper, and then I cut it out and put it in here, and now I get to have a painting within a painting. It's very meta, you know me, I gotta have my metas. So this is our progress. We have one what I consider a very excellent squiggle that needs a little bit of touch-up work, but mostly is good. So now it gets to go be friends with all of its little painting friends, so we can go put it away. Yeah. Alright, I think, where do you go, my friend? Where do you go? Okay, let's put it here. I just have these little tacks that they rest on. Gotta make a little bit of room. Alright, can put it here to dry. Or I could immediately drop you on the ground. That's good too. I'm so sorry for your ears. I apologize to every single ear that I just rudely dropped on the ground. All right. That's pretty good. So yeah, this is what we got so far. We got our little head lasers. This giant squiggle that this looks like it was one brush stroke, but of course it was not. It was like a 7 million brush strokes perfecting the edge and everything. We got our fish void. We got a bunch of ones that I haven't painted yet at all. We got this hot pot of energies and wanting to protect elders. We got this one, breathing fire. This little stripy guy. Flowers and stuff. Oh, here's the one I worked on yesterday in the stream. No progress has been made since since yesterday, so yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go eat breakfast now. Have a good day. Bye.